Hello, I'm so goofy. Anyway, these are fours, so I hope I will please defend. Okay, bro, we will defend. Anyway, I hope this game is not gonna be so bad as the one in the previous video. I love this. Okay, I forgot I have this texture pack. The map's not loading. It's a shark. Let's go. Anyway, before I got sidetracked and I'm approaching some kind of way, I don't know if this is the correct way, but let me tell you a quick story time on my state exams, because why not? Why not? I've got no content ideas, so let's get into it. So, we got attacked by green. That's not very nice. That's not very nice. It's a YouTuber. Probably has bad Wi-Fi, because what the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the hell? That was either a really bad fly hack or a really bad Wi-Fi. But that was sus. Anyway. Wait, let me concentrate. Let's go, combo! Is this my Wi-Fi? I feel like everybody's, I feel like everybody's like lagging or something. Why is this game so bad? Why is everybody so about to destroy everybody in 2 seconds of starting a game? So I'm gonna talk about English state exams because that's more relevant since it's an English speaking channel, So I was like super nervous about my English exams. I must say, I feel like the state exams have an even bigger difficulty than our usual English exams, because it just has to cover all 4 years of material and stuff. So I thought it's gonna be alright, because I did already the English exams over my 5 years of high school, and I was so wrong. And I was kind of regretting that I chose the harder English level, because I was like, how am I gonna learn this if I found out in September and the exams are in March that I really need to lock in, So I was like, okay, they got them. I was like, what now? So I was like, okay, tutoring time. Okay, so I did the only imaginable thing, and I asked my best friend, what time should I go to sleep? Because her sleep schedule during the school days is much more together than mine. So best to ask a pro about tips, Hello, Melissa, shout out. So I did that, and I think I'm gonna need more blocks. Let's see. I'm coming back to base. Okay, blue toast. 22 or something? Yeah, 22. Well, my short-term memory is getting better. That was so bad. I feel like they grouped all the bad people and put them on the yellow team, and that's our team. Anyway, so I did that, and honestly, I stick to the schedule every single time I had tutoring, and I had it twice a day, bro. I don't mean to say twice a day. Twice a week, and I must say that thank God I did that. Thank God I had tutoring, because I cannot imagine looking over every single stuff by myself. And bro, are we for real? Me and my classmate, we actually put our notes together to study together. Although she was B1 level and I was B2, but we adapted these notes so it would fit each other's needs, and we would look at it pretty much, oh my god, every single weekend or something. We were really locked in. You're going down. This is going to my montage. What the hell? Okay, cool. I have got no tools. Did they not see me? They don't care. I think I would get this bed if I had tools, so I'm gonna buy them right now. After doing almost I think it was every single practice exam from all past years. I'm so dead. I was on a roller coaster. One time I would have really bad scores, the other time it would be nice. So I was like, okay, if I do this good in the state exams, I'm gonna be real happy. Did you see this shitty blocking? Did you see it? This is so bad, please. Oh my god, I was so close. Therefore, I was less nervous, because, oh my god, this is my Wi-Fi. 100%. Or is this person just really lag backing? Okay, so fast forward to the day of the exams. I come in, I'm less nervous because, you know, the day before, what the hell? Because the day before I already went through this, but for a different language. So I kind of knew what to expect. Bro, this is some cool bridging. Nice. Anyway, so my first shock when I arrive is that I'm alone in the classroom. And how do I know? People are making fun of me. They're like, oh, you're gonna be alone in the exam, imagine, boo. And I was like, dude, stop making fun of this. Like, no way this is gonna happen. Like, you know, it's always a lot of people in this exam room. And they're like, oh, check your classroom. And I was like, okay. So I pull up to the classroom. And it's just one desk. Yep, you heard me right. It was just one damn desk there. And I was like, man, are you for real? Because I don't mind like being alone, but that was really awkward. Like super awkward. Oh, that was nice. That was really unexpected. Okay, well, here we go. So I was like, are we for real, gang? So I stared at it through the window because we got windows to the hallways. And I mean, there's like a anti-look through the anti-window or whatever. Like you can't really look through the window, but if you stand on your tippy toes, you can actually look. So I'm just staring at it like, are we for real? And then I meet the person administrating the exam. She was really nice actually, but she was like, huh, guess we're alone today, right? And she just like incoming. She just laughs a bit nervously, and I was like, yeah, I guess it's just us. Nice. What now? What do you want me to say? Okay, so she's like, I'm gonna go to the teacher's room to get coffee and ask some last minute questions about the administrating process and stuff. And I was like, cool, nice. I'm just gonna be here. And she's like, you don't have to wait in front of the classroom. You can actually, are you gonna bridge really cool? You're not gonna bridge really cool. So she was like, okay, you don't have to be here. You can go to your classroom and then come here. And I was like, no, I'm cool. I don't want to go back to the classroom where everybody's laughing about me being alone, you know, in the room. So I'm gonna sit here so I don't miss the exam, because that can happen, you know. What the hell? Who did that? Anyway, so I'm kind of there, and as I'm waiting, I overhear some drama going on. I overhear other teachers just going back and forth between different rooms and just, oh, that's nice. And just being like, oh my god, it's not working. It's not working. Mine isn't working too. What are we gonna do now? And then, you know, some other teacher comes up to us and tells us that the exam is actually delayed by a while because something's going on. And I'm like, no way. This is the most important exam I'm taking. And now something has to go wrong. Why? And, you know, everybody I know goes back to our like a classroom where we can eat and stuff. And no, I just waited in front of my classroom because I didn't want to miss the exam, as I'm saying, right? So that's why I get to hear what's going on. And let me change the time to this. Yes, okay. So I'm there, already stressed out, and well, you know what I hear? I hear that the recordings are broken, because the exam is consisting of like a reading, writing, listening, and grammar part. And the freaking speaking is broken, listening is broken. Because it arrived on a CD drive that's not working, and then they have like a little USB with the recording. And you know what happened? Everybody's USB stick got like broken or something, like they couldn't play the file, it was corrupted. And you know, that would be pretty understandable if it was like 1 or 2 USBs. But it was everybody's USB except for one. And you know what they did? You know what they decided to do? I'm gonna tell you. They decided to grab that one USB and just, you know, go around the classrooms, and they're gonna like copy the files on the USB. And there's like 80 people taking that exam. So you can imagine how many rooms there were. So it was like 12 rooms or something, right? And that takes a while to copy her thing. And then I found out, I thought this is bad. I thought this is kind of crazy. But you know what's worse? I'll tell you. Because this day is just gonna go worse and worse. The second thing I found out is that my administrator doesn't know how to play the recording. Because she thought it's gonna be just one file that she's gonna play. Because usually it's like one file of like 30 minutes of recording. But some recordings are longer. And for my B2 exam it was 50 minutes long. And therefore it was split into like 7 different sections. And it was like section 1, section 2, section 3. And it would be like the section 1 would be the instructions. Section 2 would be the listening number 1. Then listening number 2. You get that. You get the hang of it. So it's not that complicated, but they had to like explain it to her. And I'm there just panicking because the person explaining it midway, they realized they don't actually know how to do that. So they called another teacher. So now it's 3 teachers in one room trying to debate how to play one recording. And I'm there in front of the room like, am I gonna have even more problems? Can this day get any worse? And oh my, yes it can. So they figure it out. It's fine. It's alright. They know how to do it. So we sit down. She goes for my test. And wait, let me get this guy real quick. Let me get him. Let me get the kill, please. You stole the kill. Okay, bro. Anyway, so where was I? I don't remember what I was talking about. See, my short-term memory is so bad. Okay, so she figures it out. She was like about to give me the exam, right? But they kind of flip through it to make sure it's alright. Huh. You know what she found out? She found out my exam paper doesn't have all the pages. Like some pages are just not printed. It's just empty. And her face goes like blank. And I'm like, what's going on? Is it bad? And she's like, it seems like your test is missing some incoming book. So it seems like your test is missing some pages. And I'm like, my test is what? Are we for real, gang? First this, then this, and now this? So I'm like, no, this cannot be for real. You can't be for real. And I'm like, okay. Now what do we do? What now? And she's like, I'm gonna ask for another test, because I found out you actually get 3 copies of your damn exam in case this happens, and I guess it's common. And I was like, I didn't know this can happen. And she looks at me and she's like, yeah, somebody in our group was missing some pages yesterday as well. And I'm like, no man, this happens twice? Are we for real? Okay, so she goes and grabs the test from some kind of a higher up administrator, and she flicks through it and she's like, seems like it's alright. Okay, here's your exam, and we're gonna proceed with the listening. So the listening wouldn't be so bad if something didn't go wrong again. And you know what went wrong again? This one isn't so intense, but let me tell you. So basically, every single room is next to each other. That means everyone's having their listening at the same damn fucking time. And some listenings are shorter, some ones are longer, and that's exactly what happens. They're all played at the same damn time. So you could hear everyone's listening through the walls. And B1 has a different one, B2 has a different one, so it kind of overlaps. And it's not really fun to listen to like that through the walls, because you can really figure out what's like being said, but you could hear voices. And then when you have like 2 minutes to read the tasks, someone else already is proceeding with the listening, so you can hear voices again. That was not fun. And that went on for an hour, so not really fun. And then when I was doing my reading, the B1 group ended, and for some reason they had to celebrate. And they started being like, whoa, oh my god, I totally crushed the English exam, I'm such a pro. and everyone was like laughing and celebrating and being loud. And I thought they're gonna pass my exam room. Nope, they kind of grouped in front of my exam room. And I politely asked the administrator that this is really distracting, if she could tell them to go away. So she did, and in like 2 minutes they went away, but you know, you could kind of hear the echoes, but it was a much better. So I was about to go to the next section of the test, and it was another reading, and then it was supposed to be some questions. And you know what's there instead? I'm gonna tell you. It's an empty page with lines. And I was like, no, this can't be empty. This can't be empty because I already filled out like 85% of the test. And I'm not gonna do it again, because you write on the test as well. You can do that. And it's collected, and it's you also have like an answer sheet where you have to write, but they also allow you to write into the exam and highlight and color code stuff, which is really nice. So I raise my hand again, and I'm like, I think my test is not printed correctly. And she's like, no, you're kidding, this can't be happening. So she comes over, and we try to figure it out. That's when we figure out it's printed wrongly. It has all the content, but it's printed wrongly. Like, it's taking like 2 pages instead of 1. So it's just a little more hassle with reading and filling out the test, because you have to flip through pages, and it's really annoying. But whatever. I dealt with that. And then I found out it's also in the grammar section, like some of the answers, because it was like ABCD, were not on the same page. It was on the other page. So I had to flick through the test. And it was like fill in the blank kind of thing. So it was really annoying to flick through. So I grabbed my extra sheet of paper I had there, and I had to rewrite all the ABCD answers there, so I could like read it and also circle the answers, and then I would do the same again. You know, you get the hang of it. I finished the test. I handed in. I feel so good. I feel like this is gonna be awesome. I'm finally done with this thing. Right. I go take my lunch, and then I come back. Well, I was supposed to come back. Here's the other thing. She told me, meet you in 30 minutes. And I was like, I read that the break is supposed to be 1 hour. And they were like, okay, well, the school made it 30 minutes only because they don't wanna be here till like 5 p.m. I was like, okay, whatever. I had a 3-hour exam, and now I have to have only a 30-minute break. Amazing. So I was really tired, and during the break I was talking to my classmate who also finished her test, and we were just eating and discussing stuff. And you know what happens? I missed the test. You're right, I missed the test. I didn't realize my time was up. I didn't realize it has already been 30 minutes. And you know how I found out? I am, there talking and eating, and I see my administrator just running, and she's like, where are you? You were supposed to be in the classroom 5 minutes ago. And I was like, oh no, okay, see ya soon. And I just run there, and then I meet like another administrator, and my administrator is telling the other one, okay, we found her, she's not lost, she didn't accidentally go home. And I was like, yeah, I just accidentally was on lunch a bit longer. So, okay. It's a bit hectic, because now I'm 5 minutes shorter, but they decided they're not gonna deduct that time. They just wait for me, So I get the, oh my god, they are so good. I'm not going that way. So, I'm in the classroom, and I'm waiting for the another higher up administrator to give me the topics that were broadcasted through the radio for the writing. And I was hoping about something cool, like an opinion or like a discussion about education system or something cool, something I learned about. And I got the lamest topic possible, and it was like, where would you like to live? What's your dream place to live? And I stare at it like, are we for real? This is gonna be what I'm gonna be writing about? Like, no, I don't want to write about it. I don't have a specific place where I want to live. So, I was like, what am I gonna write about? And I'm just staring at the clock. I have 1 hour to write this. Yeah, wait. No, sorry. 90 minutes to write this. And I'm just like, what am I gonna write about? And I kind of write down every single like point that I was supposed to remember, like, you know, this phrase is like, in my point, as far as I know, as for me, you know, stuff like that, so I don't forget. I write that in a tiny corner, and then I'm just like, okay, I need to look in. I used to write really good short stories when I was younger, so I'm gonna do the exact same stuff. I'm gonna use my imagination and figure something out. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm so dead, bro. Please let me escape. Okay, so I actually looked in, and I think I wrote a pretty decent thing. It was pretty nice, and I got actually 90-something%. So here we go. Let's go. But that was terrific. When I exit the exam room, I'm like, finally, this day's over. Everything that could possibly went wrong, and I made it. So I'm dead. So this was my cool story about state exams, and that never be sure that everything's gonna be alright, because sometimes things like this can happen, but you will survive. It's gonna be okay, and at the end of it, you're gonna have a good laugh about it. Because when I was telling this to my friends, we were having such a laugh. It was so funny. So I hope you enjoyed this small video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.